Yo, let's talk about Fat Trel, man. Straight out of DC, this dude was on fire in the early 2010s. His flow was raw, his lyrics were real, and he had that street credibility that you just can't fake. He was coming up in a time when the DMV rap scene was bubbling, and Fat Trel was right at the forefront. He dropped mixtape after mixtape, building a loyal following and attracting the attention of some big names in the industry. He had collaborations with Whale, Rick Ross, and even caught the eye of Master P. This was a clear sign that Fat Trel was on the verge of something big. The streets were buzzing, and the industry was taking notice. Fat Trel was the next big thing coming out of the DMV, and it felt like only a matter of time before he blew up. He had the talent, the drive, and the city behind him. Everything was lining up for him, and then came that infamous record deal. Now, let's get into this $600,000 advance because this was life-changing money, especially back then. We talking about securing the bag, generational wealth, the whole 9 yards. For a young artist coming from the streets, this was it. The opportunity to make something of himself and provide for his family. This wasn't just about music anymore, it was about escaping the struggle. This was Fat Trel's shot at the big leagues, a chance to solidify his name in the rap game and elevate his career to the next level. But here's the thing about the music industry. Man, it's a ruthless game. You gotta be smart, you gotta be strategic, and most importantly, you gotta make that money make money. Doubling that advance, flipping that into $1 million situation, that's the goal. Unfortunately for Fat Trel, things didn't quite go according to plan. So what went wrong? Fat Trel got that money, but instead of investing it back into his career, he got caught up in the streets. The same streets that birthed his music became his downfall. He fell back into old habits, got caught up in legal trouble, and basically sabotaged his own success. He was facing charges, dealing with court cases, and the music took a back seat. When you're dealing with that kind of stress and pressure, it's hard to focus on being creative and productive in the studio. The streets will always be there, but opportunities like that $600,000 deal don't come around every day. And when you don't capitalize on them, it can be a long way back up. Section 4. Beef and Betrayal. The Aunt Glizzy chapter. Now, we gotta talk about the Aunt Glizzy situation. These two were once boys, coming up in the same streets, repping the same city. But somewhere along the line, things went sour. There was diss tracks, social media beef, and even rumors of violence. This wasn't just a friendly rivalry, it was deep-seated animosity, and it played out for the world to see. When you're battling your own demons and trying to navigate a cutthroat industry, the last thing you need is conflict from within your own circle. It's unclear what exactly transpired between them, but it's clear that the fallout added another layer of stress and drama to Fat Trel's already complicated life. This beef became a distraction, a sideshow that took away from the music and contributed to his downward spiral. Section 5. Crying out through music. Decoding Fat Trel's lyrics. If you listen closely to Fat Trel's music, you can hear the pain, the frustration, the desperation. He's not just rapping anymore. He's venting, he's confessing, he's trying to make sense of his own struggles. He talks about betrayal, about losing friends, about the constant pressure of the streets. There's a rawness and vulnerability in his later music that wasn't there before, a sense of urgency and despair. It's like he's trying to tell us something, to warn us about the pitfalls of fame and the dangers of getting caught up in the wrong crowd. He's sending out an SOS through his music, a cry for help that went largely unanswered. He's a cautionary tale, a reminder that talent alone isn't enough to make it in this game. Section 6. A career on the ropes. Can Fat Trel bounce back? So, where does Fat Trel go from here? Can he turn things around? It's a long shot, but it's not impossible. The talent is still there, the raw potential is undeniable, but he needs to get his personal life in order, get back to basics, and rediscover that hunger that made him a star in the first place. He needs to silence the noise, block out the distractions, and focus on his craft. The streets will always be there, but the music is where he truly shines. It's time for Fat Trel to decide what his legacy will be. Will he be remembered as another cautionary tale, another wasted talent? Or will he rise above the ashes, reclaim his throne, and show the world what he's truly capable of? Only time will tell. But one thing's for sure, the streets are watching, and they're waiting to see what he does next.